The trial of the season is finally over. They get their verdict yesterday. Just a fine for la manovra stipendi. Not too shabby. If you're a Juventus fan, if you're a Juventus owner, management, not too bad. You made a deal. You got just a fine for la manovra stipendi. In all honesty, a bit of a joke. Una barzelletta, this trial. From the minus 15 to the zeros to the minus 10s to now just the fine. Obviously, Juventus won't make the Champions League next season. They still get a chance to make the Europa or the Conference League. How will UEFA react to that? Because the trial in Italy is done because they got the 10 points plus the fine. However, the international trial with UEFA, that's another thing. Because if UEFA decides that all the things that they did, because they know that they did them, and La Giustizia Sportiva knows that they did it, Gravina knows that they did it because they have proof of it, and Gravina's comments yesterday, who else is a bigger joke than Gravina? Yesterday he said that it was the best outcome for Italian soccer. How is it the best outcome for Italian soccer? Because you didn't send Juve in Serie B? Because if you would have sent Juve in Serie B, that would have meant that you would have lost money on DAZN, Sky Sport, marketing, and everything else for Serie A? Most probably. But now the way that you've given this verdict, right? You've opened the door to other teams to do it and say, this is the point of reference. To Juventus, you gave 10 points and a fine of 700,000 euros. A bit more, not too much. Nothing crazy that Agnelli and the rest of the family can't pay. And so, what does it mean for the other team? Milan, Inter, everybody else, right? But even teams like Lecce, Cremonese, all of them, guys, all of them. For the same thing, a couple of seasons ago, Chievo was sent to Serie C and Chievo ha fatto fallimento, no? They brought it back, but under another name. So you're basically saying, best outcome for Italian soccer. A couple of weeks ago, he said that Juventus was an important brand for Italian soccer, and that is true. Juve is one of the biggest brands in Italy, and that we have to protect them. But where were these people when they had to protect Milan, when they got kicked out of the European Cups because of financial fair play? They had to do the settlement agreements for Inter, Roma, even Milan, even Juventus. Last season did a settlement agreement, right? How will this affect their settlement agreement with UEFA, right? Juventus has almost like 250, 300 million euros in debt. How does that work? How does it work that Milan was kicked out? We'll see what happens with UEFA, right? Because UEFA hasn't decided yet. They might kick Juventus out for a season, for 2, for 3, maybe for none. But you've shown clearly that you cheated for the last couple of seasons, right? And I know people are going to say, but you have to make a distinction of what they do on the pitch and what they do off the pitch. Because the players on the pitch can't control what the management does off the pitch. And I totally agree in part. Because, yes, the players on the pitch score the goals, defend well, win, lose, or draw. That's what happens on the pitch. However, the players that you put on the pitch to get these wins, draws, losses, and everything else depend on what you do off the pitch. Because if a couple of seasons ago, Juventus bought Ronaldo, and instead of putting 100 million euros in the books, they put 75 or 50. Well, the extra 50 or 25 that you have and allowed you to go buy other players to put on the pitch and to build a better team, well, then what you did off the pitch affected what you did on the pitch, right? So we have to be careful. Like I said, I personally think that this $700,000 fine is a joke. Alkmaar, Agnelli, they don't have money problems. They're going to pay that with the blink of an eye. And that's why they did the patteggiamento, because they knew that if they didn't, there would have been even more consequence, right? There would have been more consequences for them. So, il patteggiamento, everybody's happy, not happy. We saw other direttori sportivos, other owners come out and say that it was not necessarily the best result, right? But nobody is screaming up in arms, except that guy from Serie C that said, I don't believe that they cheated, and I don't know why they didn't give them more, I don't believe this, blah, 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 blah. They asked Marotta. Marotta said, is it the right verdict? Probably not. But nobody's speaking out too much against it. So I'm a bit disappointed. And guys, I want you to feel free to write in the comments. Like, I'm a Milan fan. I talk a lot about Milan. I try to talk about everybody as well. I think we're an open channel where anybody can come and say, Rock, I believe Juventus got what they deserve. Rock, I don't believe that Juventus got what they deserve because so-and-so. I will never make fun of you. I won't tell you off. I respect everybody's opinion. Now, sfottò exists between la tifoseria, right? I make fun of Juventus sometimes. Juventus fans make fun of me. Inter fans make fun of me when I lose against them in the Champions League. That happens. That is normal. But I will never say, oh, you guys suck or you're crappy because... No. So if you have a comment, write in the comments. I want to know them. What do you think about this whole thing? What do you think about what's happening in Serie A? How will this affect Serie A? Does it affect Serie A? Does it affect Serie A? Let me know. Write in the comments. Have a great soccer day.